Hey there, my fellow job seekers. If you're feeling down in the dumps after facing rejection after rejection, trust me, I've been there. It's tough out there, and even the most optimistic among us can start to feel a bit cynical. That voice in your head that whispers, "What's the point? Nothing's going to work out anyway," can get pretty loud sometimes. But here's the thing, that cynicism, that protective armor you've built up, it's actually sabotaging your job search. Think about it when you're feeling negative and defeated. It shows in your body language, your tone of voice, even in your written communication. And trust me, hiring managers can smell that negativity a mile away. So, how do we break free from this cycle of cynicism and get back on track? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We'll explore the psychology behind cynicism, why it's so tempting, especially for us overthinkers, and most importantly, how to overcome it. We'll arm you with practical strategies to reframe your mindset, boost your confidence, and approach your job search with renewed energy and optimism. Whether you're a recent grad facing a tough job market or a seasoned professional who's hit a rough patch, this video is for you. Get ready to ditch the cynicism, rediscover your passion, and land that dream job you deserve. It's time to turn those rejections into stepping stones on your path to success. Tip number 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Hey there, my job hunting comrades. Feeling down after another rejection? Trust me, we've all been there. It's completely normal to feel discouraged, frustrated, even a little bit jaded. Whether you're in Tokyo, Toronto, or Timbuktu, the sting of rejection is universal. Here's the thing, though, bottling up those negative emotions doesn't make them disappear. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It'll just pop up with even more force. So, instead of suppressing your feelings, acknowledge them head-on. Give yourself permission to feel that disappointment, that frustration, that why me feeling for a set amount of time. Be specific about it. Say it out loud. I'm feeling completely discouraged. This job hunt is draining my soul. Or even the motivation fairy has abandoned me. Talk to a supportive friend or family member. Rant in a journal, or even scream into a pillow if that's what you need. The key is to set a time limit. Give yourself a day, maybe two at most, to fully process those emotions. Now, I'm not advocating for a pity party here. This is about focused venting, not wallowing in self-pity. And trust me, resist the urge to rant on social media or lash out at interviewers. That will only damage your reputation and hurt your chances of landing your dream job. Remember, different cultures have different approaches to expressing emotions. In France, for example, there's a cultural expectation of stoicism and emotional restraint. If you're job hunting in France, find private ways to vent your frustrations and then put on a brave face and project calm professionalism. On the other hand, in Nigeria, resilience and a hustler mentality are highly valued. So, if you're facing setbacks there, channel that tenacious spirit and keep pushing forward. The point is, don't let your emotions control you. Acknowledge them, process them, and then move on. Once you've given yourself time to feel the feels, it's time to shift your mindset and focus on the next steps. Remember, every rejection is just a redirection, a stepping stone on your path to success. Tip number 2. Shift your perspective. Now, here's the truth. Rejections happen. Even to the most qualified, talented individuals out there. It's a part of life, a part of the job hunt. But the key is to not let those rejections define you. Instead, focus on what you can learn from each experience, no matter how disheartening it might feel in the moment. Think of it this way. Every no is just a stepping stone on your path to the perfect yes. Did that interview go poorly? Use it as an opportunity to analyze your performance, identify areas where you can improve, and practice your interviewing skills until you nail it next time. Did you get turned down for a job you were really excited about? Maybe it wasn't the right fit, or maybe it wasn't the right time. Either way, it's a chance to reflect on what you truly want in a career and refine your job search strategy. The most successful job seekers are those who adopt a growth mindset. They see challenges as opportunities for learning and development, and they believe that with effort and perseverance, they can achieve their goals. So, instead of focusing on the things you can't control, like the economy or the hiring manager's personal preferences. Focus on what you can control: your effort, your skills, your attitude. These are the factors that will ultimately determine your success. One powerful way to combat that nothing ever works feeling is to actively track your wins, no matter how small they might seem. Landed a promising interview. That's a win. Mastered a new software program that's relevant to your field. Win. Received positive feedback from a networking contact. You guessed it, another win. By celebrating your progress and acknowledging your achievements, you'll build momentum and reinforce a positive mindset. And remember, don't take rejection personally. More often than not, it's not a reflection of your abilities or worth as a person. It could be a matter of timing, a mismatch in skills or experience, or even something as simple as the company's budget constraints. In Japan, for example, the concept of shogunai can't be helped is deeply ingrained in the culture. They understand that some things are simply beyond our control. And don't forget about the importance of continuous self-improvement. In cultures like China, with its emphasis on Confucian values, the pursuit of knowledge and self-improvement is a lifelong endeavor. They believe that there's always room for growth and development, no matter what challenges you face. And in Australia, the give-it-a-go attitude is prevalent, encouraging people to try new things, take risks, and embrace the learning process, even if it means encountering setbacks along the way. So, let's channel that resilience and determination. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and never give up on your dreams. Tip number 3. Set realistic goals. Alright, my cynical comrades, let's have a heart-to-heart about setting realistic goals. We've all been there, haven't we? Dreaming big is great, but when those dreams turn into unrealistic expectations, it can set us up for a major disappointment spiral. You know the ones I'm talking about, those "I'll be a CEO by next week" fantasies when you haven't even updated your LinkedIn profile yet. But here's the thing. Unrealistic goals are cynicism's best friend. When we set the bar too high, we're practically inviting those negative thoughts to creep in and tell us we're not good enough, that we'll never make it. So, let's ditch those pie-in-the-sky dreams and focus on setting achievable, actionable goals that will actually move us forward. Think about it this way. What does an ideal week of job searching look like for you? Be specific. Maybe it's sending out 3 high-quality applications, attending 1 industry networking event, and dedicating an hour each day to learning a new skill that's relevant to your field. These might seem like small steps, but trust me, those consistent wins are like kryptonite to cynicism. And celebrate those wins, no matter how small they might seem. Checking things off your to-do list, landing an interview, or even just mastering a new software program can give you a much-needed boost of confidence and motivation. Now, if you're constantly setting overly ambitious goals and feeling defeated when you don't meet them, it's time to adjust your approach. Remember, the goal is to motivate yourself, not demoralize yourself. So, break down those big goals into smaller, more manageable steps, and celebrate each victory along the way. And let's talk about specificity. Get a good job is a vague goal that's ripe for cynicism to creep in. Instead, get crystal clear about what you want. What kind of job excites you? What specific tasks and responsibilities do you enjoy? The more specific your target, the easier it will be to create a plan to reach it. And while we're at it, let's ditch that perfectionism. A sent job application, even with a few minor typos, is better than a perfectly polished resume that's gathering dust on your desktop. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the name of the game. Different cultures approach goal setting in different ways. In Germany, for example, there's a strong emphasis on structure and planning. If you're job hunting in Germany, break down your goals into detailed checklists and timelines to create a sense of order and combat that cynical chaos. On the other hand, in places like the UAE, the hiring process can be slower and less predictable. Adjust your expectations accordingly to avoid frustration and maintain your sanity. So, wherever you are in the world, remember that setting realistic goals is the key to staying motivated, overcoming cynicism, and ultimately, landing that dream job. So, let's get specific, get practical, and get to work. Tip number 4. Network strategically. Alright, job hunting cynics, let's tackle that dreaded unword, networking. I know, for many of you, It sounds like a recipe for rejection. But here's the secret sauce to turn networking into your superpower. Shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, "What can these people do for me?" ask yourself, "What can I offer them?" Think about your unique skills, experiences, and insights. What do you bring to the table that others don't? Are you a whiz at Python programming? Have you mastered a niche marketing skill? Do you have insider knowledge about a particular industry? By identifying your value proposition, you'll feel more confident and less like you're begging for favors. Next, target your outreach. Don't waste time blasting generic messages to everyone in your LinkedIn network. Instead, focus on people who are truly relevant to your field and career goals. Look for individuals who work at companies you admire, professionals who have achieved what you aspire to, or even those who share your passion for a particular cause. And here's a pro tip. Try offering something of value before asking for help. Maybe you stumbled upon an interesting article related to their work, or perhaps you have some unique insights into industry trends. By showing genuine interest in their work and offering your own expertise, you'll start building relationships organically, without coming across as desperate or needy. Remember, networking is a long game. It's about building relationships over time, not just trying to score a quick job offer. Avoid coming across as desperate or overly eager. Instead, focus on making meaningful connections and providing value to others. And don't forget about cultural differences. In India, for example, networking often involves leveraging extended family and alumni networks, so don't hesitate to tap into those resources. In Canada, however, the approach is typically more formal and reserved. So focus on building rapport and establishing trust before diving into career conversations. The key takeaway here is to be patient, persistent, and genuinely interested in connecting with others. By approaching networking with a generous and collaborative mindset, you'll not only expand your professional circle, but also open doors to exciting opportunities that you might never have discovered on your own. Tip number 5. Focus on self-improvement. Alright, my cynical friends, let's turn that self-doubt into self-improvement fuel. It's easy to fall into the trap of using setbacks as proof that we're not good enough. I bombed that interview, so clearly, I'm a failure and should just give up. Sound familiar? Well, it's time to flip that script and turn self-improvement into your secret weapon. First things first, let's do a fearless skills audit. Be honest with yourself. What are you naturally good at? Where do you shine? And where are the areas where you could use some improvement? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about creating a roadmap for targeted growth. The good news is that the internet is overflowing with resources to help you level up. There are countless free or affordable online courses, webinars, tutorials, and even library books that can teach you new skills, expand your knowledge, and boost your confidence. As you progress on your self-improvement journey, be sure to track your achievements. Did you earn a new certification? Complete a challenging project? Receive positive feedback on your work? These are all wins that you should celebrate. By keeping a record of your accomplishments, you'll create tangible evidence of your growth and combat those nagging doubts that creep in when you're feeling cynical. Now, here's the thing. Don't obsess over your weaknesses. Instead, focus on building upon your strengths. What are you already good at? How can you leverage those skills to make yourself even more valuable? By playing to your strengths, you'll not only boost your confidence, but also increase your chances of landing that dream job. And remember, everyone struggles from time to time. It's part of the learning process. In fact, in cultures like Singapore, lifelong learning is highly valued, and people are encouraged to constantly seek out new knowledge and skills. So, embrace that growth mindset and see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. If you're feeling stuck or unsure of where to start, consider reaching out to a mentor. In cultures like Mexico, mentorship is a deeply ingrained tradition, where experienced professionals guide and support those who are just starting out in their careers. A mentor can offer valuable advice, provide encouragement, and help you navigate the ups and downs of the job search. Plus, connecting with someone who's been in your shoes can help you feel less alone and more motivated to keep pushing forward. So, don't let cynicism hold you back. Embrace the power of self-improvement invest in your skills and knowledge, and remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. With a little effort and a whole lot of determination, you can turn those rejections into stepping stones on your path to success. Tip number 6. Practice resilience. Alright, resilient warriors, let's talk about the ultimate weapon against cynicism: resilience. This is your inner strength, your ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep pushing forward, even when the going gets tough. Think of it as your mental armor, protecting you from the negativity that can creep, pin, and derail your job search. So, how do you build this resilience muscle? First, when faced with a disappointment, like a rejection or a less than stellar interview, take a step back and analyze the situation objectively. Remove the emotional baggage and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What could I do differently next time? This isn't about self-blame. It's about identifying areas for growth and using those experiences to become a stronger, more resilient job seeker. Next, develop a go-to-reset activity that helps you shift your mindset and recharge your batteries. Maybe it's a brisk walk in nature, a meditation session, or a heart-pumping workout. Whatever it is, make it a regular practice to help you bounce back from those inevitable setbacks. And don't forget the power of inspiration. Create a vision board filled with quotes that motivate you, success stories of people who have overcome obstacles, and reminders that you're not alone in this journey. Surround yourself with positivity and let it fuel your resilience. Now, let's be clear, resilience doesn't mean blindly pushing forward no matter what. If a particular strategy or approach consistently fails despite your best efforts, it's time to reevaluate and try something new. And remember, rest and self-care are essential for maintaining your resilience. Don't sacrifice your well-being for the sake of the job hunt. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking time for activities that bring you joy. Think about cultures that celebrate resilience, like Japan, where the proverb "fall down 7 times, get up 8" is a way of life. Or consider the South African concept of Ubuntu, which emphasizes the importance of community and interconnectedness in overcoming challenges. Draw strength from your support systems, your friends, family, mentors, or even online communities of fellow job seekers. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and together, we can overcome any obstacle. So, my resilient warriors, embrace the challenges, learn from your setbacks, and never give up on your dreams. With a little bit of effort and a whole lot of resilience, you'll bounce back stronger than ever and achieve the success you deserve. Tip number 7. Stay organized in your job search. Alright, my cynical compadres, it's time to unleash our inner Marie Kondo and get organized. Yes, I know, organization might sound like the bane of your existence, but trust me, it's the ultimate weapon against cynicism. A chaotic job search is like a breeding ground for those everything is hopeless thoughts. So, let's outsmart those negative voices and create a system that will empower you to take charge of your job hunt. First things first, let's figure out what kind of organization works for you. Are you a spreadsheet fanatic? Then create a detailed tracker where you can list job postings, application deadlines, and any interesting notes about the companies you're interested in. More of a visual thinker, grab a whiteboard or a corkboard and start color-coding your tasks. The key is to find a system that feels intuitive and easy to maintain. But here's the secret sauce: track everything, even those companies that aren't currently hiring but might be in the future. By seeing a visual representation of your efforts, you'll be able to silence that cynical voice that whispers, "You're not doing anything." And don't forget to schedule regular check-ins with yourself. Set aside some time each week to review your progress, update your job applications, and call any leads that have gone cold. This will prevent your organized system from devolving into chaotic despair. Now, let's be real, your brain is not always your friend, especially when it comes to remembering deadlines or keeping track of details. That's why your system is your external memory, your trusty sidekick in the fight against cynicism. And remember, keep it simple. An overly elaborate system that you hate using is worse than no system at all. And don't forget to think globally. Channel your inner Swiss precision and set deadlines for each task, treating them like appointments you can't miss. But also take a cue from Italy and embrace la dolce vita. Work hard, but also make time for self-care and enjoyment. Bake some cookies, go for a walk in nature, or call a friend for a chat. Taking breaks and recharging your batteries is essential for preventing burnout and keeping cynicism at bay. So, my fellow job seekers, let's get organized, stay focused, and prove those cynical voices wrong. With a little bit of structure and a whole lot of determination, you'll be well on your way to landing that dream job. Tip number 8. Keep a positive but realistic attitude. Alright, my cynical compadres, let's talk about the power of a positive attitude, but with a realistic twist. I know, for you skeptics out there, optimism can feel like a unicorn riding a rainbow, beautiful but unrealistic. But hear me out, because a healthy dose of optimism, tempered with a dash of realism, can be the ultimate weapon against cynicism. Instead of automatically assuming, I'll never get hired, try this. Maybe. It's a long shot, but what have I got to lose by trying? This subtle shift in mindset takes the pressure off and encourages you to take action. Remember, every application you submit, every networking connection you make, and every interview you attend is a step in the right direction. And speaking of steps in the right direction, let's talk about gratitude. Get yourself a jar, a notebook, or even just a sticky note on your computer screen, and start jotting down your wins, no matter how small they might seem. Aced a tough interview question? Write it down. Finally figured out how to use that new project management software. Celebrate it on those days when cynicism starts to creep in. Revisit your list of accomplishments and remind yourself of all the progress you've made. But here's a word of caution. Forced positivity can backfire on cynics. It's okay to acknowledge when you're having a bad day or feeling discouraged. In fact, in many cultures, like Italy or Spain, expressing your emotions openly is seen as healthy and normal. So, go ahead and say, "Ooh, this job search is the worst." But then, instead of wallowing in self-pity, ask yourself, okay, what can I do right now to make it a little bit better? And finally, let's ditch the comparison trap. Seeing your friends or colleagues land their dream jobs can be tough, but remember, everyone's journey is different. Instead of feeling envious or discouraged, use their success as inspiration. Think of it like the Danish concept of hygge, creating a cozy and comforting atmosphere to recharge your batteries and refocus your energy. Brew yourself a cup of tea, wrap yourself in a warm blanket, and then get back to your job search with renewed vigor. Or, if you need a little extra push, channel some Israeli chutzpah, that bold mix of audacity and self-belief. Tell yourself, I've got the skills, I've got the experience, and I deserve a fantastic job. Now, let's make it happen. Remember, cynicism is a choice, and you have the power to choose a different path. Embrace a positive but realistic attitude, focus on your strengths, and never give up on your dreams. With a little bit of effort and a whole lot of resilience, you'll conquer that job search and create the career you've always wanted. Tip number 9. Don't give up. Alright, resilient warriors, let's tackle the final boss of cynicism, giving up. This is where cynicism wants to take you, whispering in your ear that it's not even worth trying anymore. But we're not going down without a fight. Let's outsmart those negative voices and craft a strategic plan for perseverance. First, define your rock bottom. Is it a certain number of rejections? A specific amount of time spent searching with no results? This isn't about quitting forever. It's about knowing when to take a tactical retreat, regroup, and come back stronger. And that's where your pivot plan comes in. If your initial job search strategy isn't yielding results, don't despair. Instead, have a backup plan ready to go. Maybe it's broadening your search to include different types of roles, exploring freelance opportunities, or focusing on acquiring a new skill that could open doors you haven't considered before. Having a plan B, or even a plan C, will prevent you from feeling trapped and hopeless. Remember, progress is the antidote to cynicism. Keep that list of wins we talked about earlier and add to it regularly. Every job board you conquer, every skill you master, and every networking connection you make is a testament to your ongoing efforts, and a powerful weapon against that negative voice in your head. Now, when those cynical thoughts are screaming the loudest, big decisions are your enemy. Don't make any rash moves when you're feeling overwhelmed or discouraged. Wait until you're calmer, clearer-headed, and can approach the situation with a more rational perspective. But even when you're feeling down, don't stop growing. Learning new things, whether it's a new language, a coding skill, or even a complex recipe, keeps your mind sharp and proves to yourself that you're capable of progress. In Brazil, they have a term called jaded brasileiro, which refers to the resourceful and creative ways people find to overcome challenges. Embrace that spirit of ingenuity and resourcefulness. And in South Korea, there's a deep admiration for hard work and perseverance. Even if your dream job takes longer than expected to materialize, keep pushing forward and know that your efforts will eventually pay off. So, my friends, don't give up. Embrace resilience as your superpower. Learn from your setbacks, celebrate your victories, and never stop growing. With the right mindset and a strategic approach, you can conquer cynicism, overcome challenges, and achieve your career goals. Remember, the journey might be long and winding, but the destination is worth it. Tip number 10. Remember, your worth isn't defined by your job. It's time to tackle the biggest lie that cynicism tries to sell you, that your worth is defined by your job. Whether you're in New York, Nairobi, or New Delhi, this toxic belief can take root and sabotage your happiness. So, let's break free from that mindset and rediscover your true value, both inside and outside the professional arena. First, let's take a step back and look beyond those job titles and fancy corporate logos. Instead, focus on your underlying skills and qualities. Are you a creative problem solver, always finding innovative solutions? A reliable team player, always willing to go the extra mile for your colleagues? These qualities are far more valuable than any single job title. And remember, your life is so much more than your work. What are the things you love to do outside of the office? Maybe you volunteer at an animal shelter, build intricate model airplanes, or organize epic board game nights with friends. These activities contribute to your well-being, your community, and your overall sense of purpose. Don't let your job search overshadow those important aspects of your life. It's also crucial to seek out external perspectives. Talk to your friends, family, or even a trusted mentor. Ask them to share their honest opinions about your strengths and talents. Hearing positive feedback from others can help counteract that negative inner voice and remind you of your true value. Now, let's address a common pitfall: letting past success feed into your current cynicism. Maybe you were laid off from a prestigious job or lost a business you poured your heart and soul into. While those achievements were real and significant, they don't define your future. Don't let past setbacks cloud your vision or dampen your self-worth. And above all, don't isolate yourself. When we're feeling down, it's easy to withdraw and wallow in self-pity. But that's exactly what cynicism wants. Instead, make a conscious effort to connect with people who uplift you, who believe in your potential, and who remind you of all the amazing things you have to offer. Remember, different cultures have different perspectives on work-life balance and personal fulfillment. In the Netherlands, for example, there's a strong emphasis on work-life balance, with ample vacation time and a focus on enjoying leisure activities. If you're feeling burnt out by your job search, take a page from their book and fill your downtime with hobbies, social activities, and anything else that brings you joy. So, my friends, remember that your worth is not defined by your job title, your salary, or your career achievements. You are a unique and valuable individual with so much to offer the world. Embrace your passions, cultivate your strengths, and don't let cynicism dim your light. With a healthy dose of self-love and a positive outlook, you'll attract the right opportunities and create a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. So, are you ready to embark on your international job hunting adventure? Share your skills, experience, and dream destinations in the comments below. Let's connect with each other, share our knowledge, and support each other on this exciting journey. Remember, the world is full of possibilities, and with a little bit of effort and a whole lot of determination, you can find your dream job abroad and create a fulfilling life in a new corner of the world.